Have you ever noticed yourself trying to take a nice deep breath in, but feeling like you can't breathe in properly, or feeling like you can't take a full breath out? Perhaps you've noticed that you are yawning a lot or sighing a lot. Perhaps you're aware that your breath seems to be all in your upper chest and it's quite fast. You are not alone in that. You know, through my many years of working as a nurse, one thing I saw time and time again was how stress and overwhelm impacted the way people could breathe or not breathe. So throughout this practice today, we are going to do some beautiful Qigong movements and breathing and using our awareness to create a little more space in the ribcage and in the lungs so that we can breathe with a little more ease and to allow ourselves to settle and to soften. So let's begin. So I invite you to start by, you can either do this part actually seated or standing, but place one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your chest. If you're standing, soften your knees. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes or soften your gaze and look down, just so you can press pause on all the distraction with your eyes and to tune in and observe your breathing. So as you settle and observe, notice your body move as you breathe, that life force energy moving your body. Notice where your breath is in your body. Is your breath high in your chest? Notice the speed of your breathing. Is your breath smooth or is it a little bit jagged? Does it feel like you can breathe out and breathe in without too much effort? Observe how your breathing is. And now invite your breath to drop down lower to the lower part of your lungs. So see if you can just invite that breath to drop down. As that breath drops down into your lower lungs, notice how when you breathe lower, the belly gently expands as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, the belly just softly sinks. Breathing in, belly gently expands. And breathing out, letting the breath fall away, and the belly naturally sinks back. This takes practice to get the breath to go a little bit lower, because we're so used to breathing in our upper chest. We are habitually chest breathers. We live in a world that there's so much overwhelm, so much chaos, so much noise that causes so much stress and overwhelm in our bodies that it affects how we breathe. We breathe into our chest, which is shallow, fast often, which has other effects on our body, affects our sleep, affects how we feel physically and emotionally. So by allowing the breath to drop down, letting your diaphragm and your lower lungs do its job, and it's massaging your vagus nerve to help us to switch over into more rest and relaxation rather than fight, flight, freeze. Wonderful. Now let's bring some energy into the lungs by tapping the lungs with our fingertips. So tapping across your top of your chest. Now bring your fingers right into the center, over your sternum, your breastbone. So tap in the center and tap up and down that breastbone, and then tap across your lungs, across your chest to the outside. As you tap your lungs, you are stimulating the cells in your lungs and you are bringing in more blood supply, therefore bringing in more oxygen and clearing away anything that's stuck, hold a lot of emotion in our lungs. This really helps to clear. Then tap down the bottom of your lungs and around the sides. I like to call this spiky fingers because it feels spiky. So clearing away and tapping the lower lungs, bringing some energy into the lower lungs. Lovely. And then relax. Let's now do a lovely Qigong exercise to open up the front of the ribs and to open the back of the rib cage and to stretch the little muscles in between our ribs, the little intercostal muscles, so they stay nice and flexible. So start by floating your hands softly up. As they come up, gently look up and allow your elbows to drop down a little. Imagine your your shoulders are dropping down into your back pockets. And then we round our back. We look down, elbows towards each other. We unfold the arms, gently look up. We round, we look down, elbows towards each other. Add the breath, we inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lovely and soft. Soft breath, soft movement, exhale. As we unfold the arms, feel those ribs opening. As we fold over, feel the back of the ribs and the spine softening and releasing tension. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, nourishing your lungs, your rib cage, your spine, releasing tension. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Then relax your hands down. Step your feet a tiny, tiny bit wider. Bring your hands in front of your abdomen. Take a pause here and breathe. Now, open your arms like wings. So unfold them. Unfolding your arms and then looking towards one hand. Then folding your arms back towards your abdomen. Unfold and look to the other hand. Then fold them back to your abdomen. We add the breath. We inhale and look. Exhale, round your back a little or sink your chest back a little. Inhale. Exhale. This is called owl looks behind. So turning your neck gently like an owl, opening your arms like wings. Notice in your body how this opens the front of your chest, giving your heart, your lungs, your major blood vessels in your chest more space. You know, when we have experienced emotional or physical trauma, we tend to brace by rounding our bodies to protect our major organs. And when we've held that position for a long time, that in turn squashes our blood vessels, which can impact our circulation, and it shrinks the space you have to breathe because your lungs don't have the space when we're in that braced round position. So this movement is beautiful for gently opening the space of the lungs, the chest and the back. Come back to the center, relax your hands down and take a breath. Now we're going to bring in a movement that opens the lungs a little bit more with a little bit of clapping. So, always like to have a little bit of fun in my Qigong sessions. So bring your hands, we're just going to clasp them a little bit and make a big circle in front of you. As the hands come up, we're going to clap behind and in front, behind and in front. And I'm going to count you through it. So we'll start again. Clasping your hands, big circle, like you're stirring a big pot in front of you. Take a big breath here. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3. Press and blow away. Good. Clasp, big circle. Big breath in. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Press. Yes, big circle. Can we get to 4 claps? 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's not comfortable, go back down to 3. One more time, big breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, do you feel how that really opens the back of your chest and the front of your ribs? So take a moment and pause. And notice how you feel. And now I invite you to take a long breath in. Breathe out with a sigh. Pausing here, resting here. You've been doing some beautiful exercises for your lungs, your ribcage and your spine. So now let's do a beautiful flowing movement again that opens the ribs, opens the space for your lungs. So float your hands up in front of your chest. Turn your palms up and float them out to the sides, but check you can still see your hands in your peripheral vision. So we don't want to go too wide. I can still see my hands. Then touch finger and thumb and come back to the middle with your hands. Turn the palms back down, release your fingers and open and float. Turn, finger and thumb, float back to center. Release fingers, open up, check you can still see your hands in your peripheral vision and come back. Now we'll add the breath. We inhale, slow breath. We exhale as we come back together. We inhale. We exhale. Opening the chest and allowing the rib cage at the back to open and stretch. Inhale, giving your lungs so much more space. Exhale. Inhale, this time stand a little taller. Exhale, sink your chest back a little bit. Inhale, give your lungs, your heart, your blood vessels in your chest more space. Exhale. Drop your arms down a little lower. When you know the movement, I invite you to close your eyes. Softly open your arms and softly float them back to center. This beautiful movement is soaring eagle. Beautiful. Or sometimes called soaring crane. You can imagine any regal bird soaring in this movement, letting it soar and be free. Expansive wings, expansive chest, expansive lungs. Allow your chest to soften. Let the arms go a little bit lower still and make the whole movement a little smaller. Allow this to soften. So there's much less effort. It becomes more effortless. Eyes are softly closed or you're looking down. Everything is softer and softer. Beautiful exercise to nourish, support your lungs, your respiratory system, your breath. Then when your hands come back to center, release your fingers. And now take your hands up and rest them just on the top of your lungs, pausing and resting here. Feeling your breath gently under your hands. Returning to allowing that breath to drop a little lower into your lungs. As you pause here, taking a moment to be grateful that you can breathe with ease today. Even saying in your own mind, saying to yourself, I am grateful that I can breathe with ease today. I am grateful that I can breathe. Releasing your hands down. Then begin to slowly float your hands out the side of your body, making their way slowly to above your head. And as they're coming up, use your intention to gather in all the benefits of the movements you have done today. As your hands slowly float down, breathe naturally. Seal in every benefit of every movement. Seal it in to your body. One more time, floating your hands up. This time, gather in peaceful energy, peaceful chi. And as your hands float down, imagine you are washing over yourself like a shower of peace, of calm, groundedness. When your hands come by your abdomen, place one hand on your abdomen and the other hand on top, stepping your feet closer together. Relax your shoulders. Drop your chin a little bit to relax your neck. Return to where you started, observing your breath. With your eyes softly closed, notice your breathing. Gently observe how you are feeling physically right now, avoiding any temptation to analyze or criticize yourself. And observe how you are feeling mentally and emotionally. Taking a nice deep breath in. When you breathe out, relax your hands down by your sides. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. Breathing is something we do every day, every moment of every day, without even thinking about it. And yet so many of us really don't realize how stress can influence how we breathe, how different things that happen to us in our lives can influence how we breathe. So if you feel like you can breathe with a little bit more ease today, if there's a little bit more expansiveness, and that is a huge shift. So take a moment and acknowledge that, and being aware through several moments in the day, am I breathing in my chest? Let me invite my breath to drop lower into my lungs. Notice when you're watching TV, when you're doing things in the house, just notice, ooh, where's my breathing? Notice in the shower, where's my breathing right now? And that really helps us to really be aware and to tune in, to encourage that breath to gently drop down lower into our lungs. So I would love it if you would let me know how you experienced this practice today. So put a comment below. Also give me a thumbs up if you like this, because that helps other people find my channel. And also don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any new videos being released. But for now, take care of you today. Breathe and believe. Bye-bye.